2, 2024, and it is bigger this year, grander, double X entertainment and everything, whether the sessions, because it's a 3-day extravaganza. So we had a very successful technical sessions in the morning, and there were participants more than the seats available there. And tomorrow and day after, every day there are technical sessions and lots of stalls, food stalls, beverage stalls, the top bands of Goa, whether it's True Blue or Mark Revlon or Crimson Tide and Anika Project, Jazz Junction, and national artists. One of the top national artists, they'll be playing every day. So there's lots to learn. So this is not just about entertainment, it's entertainment, education and promotion of our beautiful cashew fruit, which needs to be loved and known all over the world.
Ma'am, you also hold this technical sessions and all,
Yes.
especially on cashew.
Yes.
So how much important it is, especially for the cashew industry, who are involved?
Very important. That's the reason we have, that's why I said our festival is not just about coming in, just dancing and enjoying music and eating and drinking. It's about education as well as entertainment. So this Cashew Festival, what we organize, at the same time, there's lots to learn, because we are trying to see how to help our farmers. So how to increase our yield, which is going down year by year, it is decreasing, because the practices, the agriculture practices, the planting, cultivation practices are not followed in the right manner. If you follow it in the right manner, the yield will increase, cultivation will, the production will improve, and our ranking, which is number 7 right now in India, we have to take it up. So once upon a time, we used to be one of the largest processors, producers and exporters of cashew, but not anymore, because we are importing a lot of cashew. If we do the right practices in agricultural, because of unseasonal rains, the farmers get affected. Because of pest infestation, farmers get affected. But at the same time, the farmers themselves should do proper practices in keeping their cultivations clean, keeping their plantations clean, so that the right amount of water reaches. Like today there was a panel discussion. In that there were 2 farmers, and I think I'm going to call them tomorrow. I would like to felicitate them, because they have started, Udak Giron, they make trenches for water, the correct way of water and all. If you are doing proper water harvesting and right amount of water to your plantations, and you look after them, those 2 farmers were saying they are getting more than 750 kilos per hectare, their production, while the other average is less than 400, 300 if you see all over Goa. So in Goa, it's only 450 kilos per hectare that we are producing, which is very less than the national average of 760.
In the last, since you have become an MLA, we have seen you most of the time taking up this issue of cashew or cashew plantation, of their price rate and all. So how do you see this? At the same time, you have been able to make this festival a state festival.
Yes, so we have been very lucky, and I'm honored and very thankful and grateful to our Honorable Chief Minister. He was a chief guest last year. This year he couldn't be here because of election duties, but when he came here, and he liked the way it was organized, and then at the festival itself he announced it as a state festival. So this year I got help from the government, so I could do it as a 3-day festival, and hopefully we'll take it to the national and international level in the years to come.
What's output you expect from this cashew festival?
Like I just said, what is our main motto? That the farmers have to benefit. Our cultivation production has to improve. I've been saying it again. I just told you what is our ranking in India. From 7, we have to come at least to 3. How will that happen? When our production will improve. When right now it's 450, 460 per kilo per hectare. When we raise and come to the national level of 750 or whatever, then our ranking will improve. Then we'll be able to market more, produce more, export more. Feni industry will improve. When Feni starts getting exported to the world market, new policies are formed. So this awareness about this and about this fruit, that there is something called Feni, which nobody knew till they used to call it the poor man's drink, country-made liquor, which is a heritage drink right now. But now it's been called a heritage drink. It's got GI tag. So nobody, no state can make it, or no country in the world can make Feni or this. So we are the only state actually which uses the whole fruit. The मुट्टे आम्ही वापरतात ड्रिंक बनवपाक आणि आम्ही नट वापरतात काजू म्हणून सेल करपाक, which is world famous, the Goan brand. No other country knows or state knows to make Feni. Even if they make, they can't sell it as Feni.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, it is. The process is on. Like how we were promoting, trying to get GI, but this GI tag was a long time back. It happened. Then last 2 years I was pursuing, and then finally we got. It's on track. The nut is getting GI tag. The fruit is on the way to get GI tag, and soon Hurak also proposal has been put, and I'm sure we have been pursuing about it to see that Hurak also gets GI tag, because we don't want any other state to get that name Hurak. Hurak is associated with Goa, and Feni is associated with Goa, and आमचो काजू जे आमचे मुट्टे आणि नट आसा, they are only for Goans. This size of nuts you don't go and get anywhere. And we have to see that when we are planting a new production also, like GFDC, we are planting original what we had got years back. We are making now our own seedlings, we are making our own saplings, pruning our own thing, and we are selling original. So we don't go get the Vengula variety from GFDC.
ma'am.
Ma'am, another issue now. Let us away from Keju. So what is so special about the Vishwajit or the Ranis that 90% almost like that you all managed to get a voting percentage in your constituency?
It's God's blessings and all hard work. You know, without hard work, nothing happens. It is the trust of our people. It is our trust on them, their trust on us, their hard work, our hard work, and whatever we have been able to deliver to them, whatever we announce or whatever we promise, we deliver to them. We are them, we treat them like family. We say Sattari is our parivar. आमचो परिवार तो, आणि जेन्ना आमी सत्तरी आमचो परिवार म्हणटा तांकां परिवारा सारको वागयता. तांची जी कितें इच्छा अपेक्षा आशा आसा ती आमी पूर्ण करपाक आमी धांवतात केन्नाय आसूनी, आनी आमी धडपडटात. आनी विश्वजीत आनी आमी आणि Mr. Pratap Singh Rane. So we have been there for the people all these years. People trust us. They also treat us like their family. So we are together, and because of that, we managed to get this. I managed to get 88.62 in Pariya. Vishwajit managed to get 84% in Valpoi. So
Lok Sabha elections was said that whatever percentage, higher percentage you get in Poriya, Valpoi, Shripad's victory it is. And you managed to get that?
we have got that thing. Now we have to see on 4th June what is the lead I give Shripad Naik. I managed to get people out and to vote. Like I had promised that I had requested the people 80% चे वयर voting मतदान जावपाक जाय. I managed to get above 80%. I managed to get almost 89%. So I have done that part. But now I have to see how much, what bit they have done in terms of pressing the Kamar button.
No, but whoever may say, does it mean that it is Rane's den?
No, there is no den and all. There's no den. It is, it's all everybody's hard work. Nothing happens. It's not a one-man show. Everything is team effort. It's because of our karyakartas who work day and night, who have trust in us. That's why we could do something.
How Vishwajit has been saying that it is 30,000 plus in your this, so that you still maintain?
I don't want to say anything now and be overconfident about anything. I just want to, I had promised, like Vishwajit had promised the party, we had requested that we would like 80% and more voting to happen, to give him that kind of lead. So which we worked towards it, and we have managed to get more than 80% at every booth. So none of our booths was like less than 80% voting. So we managed every booth more than 80% voting.
And as an MLA, this is your first Lok Sabha election as an MLA.
Yes.
So how was that experience?
As it was as stressful, as exciting as my election, because I treated it like my election. because the way I did Copra Baitaks and corner meetings and big meetings for my elections, the same way we did for this election, and we treated it as our election and we worked as hard for it.
Thank you.